Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Animation Analysis. As always, I'm Sam.
And good morning. My name is Immortal.
So, okay, this one, what we're analyzing today, oh boy, this is an interesting one. Frieza versus Megatron.
It seems like one of those ideas that seem to die out. Like, it was popular early on, but it sort of just, like, faded away for a while.
I get what you're talking about. It's actually really funny to me because, like, the current reception of this episode is very polarizing. Some people think it's, like, the greatest thing ever. Some people think it's utter dog shit.
I don't get the people who think the latter.
I think it's mainly because how they handle Transformers again, because apparently they were like, oh, only using G1 stuff for Megatron, but a lot of stuff in the analysis showed stuff outside of G1 continuity. It's weird.
Yeah.
Anyways, with that said, let's get right into it, because we got a lot of things to say about this one.
I only have two things written down in my script.
Alright, I don't know. This is like one of the few times they have like a track for like before the fight begins, like before the actual.
Just like Crash versus Spyro, for some fucking reason.
They did this for like Beerus versus Sailor Galaxy too, if I recall correctly. Okay, one thing I do about it, I'm very glad they didn't like scale the size down for Megatron at all. Like, you can see how tiny Frieza is compared to him.
It's hard to make him out here, recently.
Yeah, we'll see more.
Greetings, noble warrior of planet Cyber whatever. I, Lord Frieza, claim this world as my own. Cheer for me or face annihilation.
I have fought for my planet for eons. I would rather see it turn to ash than reside in your filthy hands, organic scum.
Okay, so
I want to comment on the voices.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you'll have definitely heard me say I'm not a big fan of the abridged voice actors when they bring them in for this kind of thing.
Yeah,
I like them better when they're in.
Before, yeah.
Yeah, I like them better when they stick to abridged stuff. Stay to that. Little Karibo, or Martin, as Frieza is an exception. I think as Frieza is fucking phenomenal.
Oh my god, yeah. Little Karibo's
a
a phenomenal voice actor. Like, he started off doing, like, funny abridged stuff, yeah. But, god, he does such a good job as Frieza.
Oh, absolutely.
And on the other hand, you have Tom Schalk coming back again. I like his performance as Megatron. It sounds like a middle ground between Frank Welker's performance in the original G1 cartoon to like his more, I guess, like recent performance as in the Transformers Prime animated stuff. It's a nice middle ground. It's not like stupidly screechy like G1, but not overly like intimidating like Prime. No one get to.
I wouldn't know. I don't watch Transformers.
I love it when they monologue back.
I love that recreation of the shot where he's just holding the supernova above him. That's been done in a lot of Dragon Ball media.
I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is about just like the way just Megatron just deflects straight back and Frieza just doesn't move. That's so funny to me. Like, it's also a demonstration of how strong Frieza is. But I think it's... Oh, wow.
Frieza ass.
Frieza ass. Anyways. I really like that. And now we try to jump straight into, air quotes, final form Frieza, yeah?
I'm upset we didn't get 5 minutes worth of screen time with each transformation.
I'll have to construct a new mothership from your corpse.
Such a great line.
Yeah.
From your corpse.
I also like how the way it's framed here, it does look like Megatron did block it, but it also just shows he wasn't necessarily just aiming for Megatron and aimed at a Cybertron.
What's wrong? Is that clunky robot body too slow to keep up?
Hilarious. It's like, I really like the way they handle the size difference. Like, it's a lot like Megatron's trying to, like, swat a bug, like, from his perspective. Like, like
shoots lasers.
Yeah. And so it's just, like, the way Frieza zips around here, really good.
My wits should more than suffice, you blithering ponce.
Okay, I really like the usage of the panic bubble here. Even though it doesn't get as much focus as people thought it would, I think it's a unique thing how he uses it to trap Frieza in from, like, zipping around, stunning him enough to, like, knock him out like that. And Frieza, he just...
This pose is actually a reference to a pose he does in the Dragon Ball Super manga.
Oh, cool.
When he appears at the end of the Granola arc, he just plops down on the planet the main characters are fighting on and wrecks everyone's shit. But he does that pose when he lands.
I really like the neck crack sound effect here. He's like...
Shows that he's not really super phased. If anything, he's just getting warmed up.
Yeah. And that's the...
Fucking love him spinning it so fast he uses it as a shield.
Yeah. I really like mace weapons for a lot of characters, so like this Megatron using it here like better than some of the other characters that have had it. Because like I remember a fair amount of like analysis have like characters with this kind of weapon, but they don't actually use it in the animation.
Can you name a single time a mace has appeared in a single death battle animation?
Optimus versus Gundam, funnily enough, because they mention the Gundam's gravity hammer, but they don't actually use it.
I specifically said the animation.
Oh yeah, I don't think I can think of one. There probably is one, but I don't know. Anyways. Oh yeah, really neat how instead of like... He just like, instead of retracting the mace, he lets go of the chain and uses his cannon to launch it towards Frieza. And then, like, he knocked Frieza in, and then we get to Megatron goes a little nutty here. Can I say I really like the way it's framed here? Even though there's an obvious size difference, the way it's framed and the way the speed is done doesn't make it seem like the size difference is that noticeable.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, when the fight needs to emphasize how much bigger Megatron is, it does it. When it doesn't need that, it does the techniques like this. And then trapping it. Oh yeah, that's a really good animation of, like, just the parts of Cybertron just, like, splitting apart because of the explosion. Like, they didn't have to, like, go out of their way and do this. They could have just, like, had the big glowing explosion, like, grow. But the fact you can see, like, part of Cybertron, like, slowly open, I'd, like, compare to, like, opening, taking the peel off, like, an orange or something. Really neat place.
Where did he go?
He's right behind me, isn't he?
You stole my line!
But yeah,
Frieza's face here.
I think what I really like is like you, upon first glance, you don't really spot Megatron until you realize, wait, why is the tank glowing purple at the tip there? And then,
Is there a tank there at all?
Can I say it's really funny how the tank blast like has like similar effects to the Dragon Ball Ki blast in other episodes? Like, I know it is a Dragon Ball episode because Frieza's involved, but it's just really funny to me.
Him just sticking out his hand like that is a reference as well.
Yeah. I like how he doesn't try to like dodge it, he just tries blocking it and it just pushes it into space, and then we get the transformation sequence.
This is a recreation of the scene from Dragon Ball Super anime where Frieza goes golden, and in that scene in the anime, it's gorgeous. And the fact they redid it here and it looks really fucking good is also so good.
Yeah, that's something I really want to give praise to. Like, can I say the fact that Devil Artemis went out of his way to like add like a chrome effect to Golden Frieza to make it look shinier? I really like that touch.
The iconic pose, and then Death Ball.
I really love the little tackle little Karibo does for Frieza here. And
this shot is gorgeous.
And he's still in tank mode. And this is
shit.
And this is something I really like that's kind of undermentioned, is how he launches himself as a tank before transforming midair. It would have been so lame if he just like, if instead he just like transformed into his like Cybertronian form and jumped at it. But the fact he launches himself while in tank mode and then transforms midair, that's a much cooler result.
I think one of my favorite bits of, I guess you could call it fight choreography, is coming right up.
Oh yeah.
You can see him just barely start to push it back.
Yeah, unlike the first time Frieza tried this, like all the way at the beginning, now it's showing Megatron struggling.
But he's still at the very least pushing it back.
But then Frieza...
I love this. He holds the tornado with his telekinesis. That is so genius. Like, genuinely.
Yeah,
and
like,
they both crash into each other.
Yeah, the
Look
way...
at that face.
He's like...
Smug asshole.
Yeah, I'm doing this.
Bitch.
And I really like the effects of, like, Cybertron, like, as it, like, gets closer to the death ball. And also, a really small little detail. Once the beam stops as soon as Megatron lands on Cybertron, and then the two just crash into each other again. Then it reveals how much the damage it did up to the like damaged core.
Well, doesn't this just always happen?
This shot is also
I give it
gorgeous.
5 minutes.
I don't
this
like
is
the 5 minute
wallpaper
slide,
worthy,
though.
actually. Like this shot here.
Oh yeah.
Just
But I don't like Frieza's
I
line
give
here.
it 5 minutes.
It feels too referential to be.
It's a DBZA
Actual
joke,
dialogue.
yeah.
No, it's Dragon Ball Z.
Oh wait, is it talking? Wait, is it talking about how the way time is framed in DBZ isn't actually how it?
No, in Dragon Ball Z anime, Frieza says the planet will be destroyed in 5 minutes. But in the anime, there's then like I think a dozen episodes before that actually happens.
Oh right, I remember. Wasn't this because they were like the manga was like still catching up, so they had to like add a bunch of filler for it? If I
Yeah, they had to add like a bunch of filler and stuff.
okay,
so,
can
like,
I just
the
say
manga
that
could
didn't
get
make
ahead.
sense to me? Wouldn't it make more sense to like work on the manga, which like drawing the manga panels would probably take like less time than every single frame, because that's how they did animation stuff back then?
You have to keep in mind that the manga is often made by like maybe 1 or 2 people.
Ah, yeah, that's true.
And anime, at the bare minimum, is made by actual studios, actual teams. Like, each episode of an anime has multiple directors, multiple script writers, multiple in-between artists, colorists, stuff like that.
I get you.
This is also a joke in DBZA as well.
Also, I really do like how we have like a sort of beam clash, but it's like Megatron does it, it's noticeably not as strong because it's not really one of his stronger abilities, so Frieza just easily overpowers him. It's kind of similar to how it was in like Thanos versus Darkseid, but like way cooler here.
Why did Thanos have eye lasers in that anyways?
I don't know, I think it had it in the comics. Anyways. Oh, and this leads to my favorite part of the fight, Megatron's speech. Like, first of all, before we go on, the antimatter effects are gorgeous.
Oh yeah, this looks so fucking good.
Just the red and black, oh my god, that's so well done.
With the blue background,
Yeah.
it stands out even more. It looks like it's slowly overtaking the entire frame, no matter what.
And then the speech.
Behold the mighty Lord Frieza, ruler of a dying planet. My planet. Where is your army? Where is your ship? So powerful, and yet you will wander the depths of space for eternity. All because of me! What a fool.
God. Oh my god. This is why
It's fine.
This is why Megatron is just one of my favorite antagonists in just like anything. God, I love him. And then we get straight to Black Frieza.
Despicable cretin of
With just as much pump, with just as much impact as it had in the actual manga. He just turns into it and gets and rocks people's shit.
Like, oh yeah, this is like when we were talking about like the way the antimatter looks like it's taking over. Just like
yeah, this
oh
shot.
My god,
it looks so fucking good.
And then
Die a fool's death.
Okay, I'm gonna say this genuinely almost got me.
yeah, no, it actually kind of got me too because I know like it would be. I kind of realized like in hindsight, wait. If Black Frieza just shows up to just like die like that, that would be lame. But then I heard a lot of people complained about how it was handled in the manga at the time. So,
Okay, here's what I'm sorry, this is gonna be a tiny bit of a rant. Here's what happens in the manga.
Okay.
At the end of the Granola arc, which was the most recent arc in the Dragon Ball Super manga before the superhero retelling, Frieza literally just shows up, unveils a new form, beats the bad guy, kicks Goku and Vegeta's shit in, then just leaves. That's literally it.
Okay, yeah, I can
And the explanation for how he got this form was he trained for 10 years in a hyperbolic time chamber.
Okay.
If you don't know what that is...
Yeah, I know what the hyperbolic time chamber is. But like, yeah, okay, yeah, that is kind of lame.
I don't like the Dragon Ball Super manga, if it wasn't evident.
And then...
Oh, fight's over.
You will die by my hand!
You fool!
That's a reference to Dragon Ball Z's, like, the way Frieza died in canon or something. Well, before Cyber Frieza.
Where he was defeated, yeah.
Yeah.
With Goku's... Well, kind of differs between dubs. Sometimes Goku says, you moron, you fool. I think one international dub used the R word. I'm not entirely sure on that, though.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah,
Old dubs were something else.
Well, Gohan says in the Japanese.
Anyways.
But yeah, this is a reference, and I'm not sure I like it too much. Also, it almost feels like... I don't know, it feels like Martin should have had more malice in Frieza's voice there, because he just nearly escaped death. Of course he's going to be pissed off, but he doesn't sound pissed off enough.
Does he? I'm trying to remember. It's been a while since I watched DBZA, but has his Frieza ever sounded like that pissed off before?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'm trying to remember, like, a scene in particular. Honestly, I think that it's unfortunate that whenever I try to remember, like, DBZA Frieza, the scene I fucking remember is when he sees Goku's abs and says, "Oh my god, you could grind meat on the..."
Oh, right. I think there's a specific scene where... I don't know what fucking episode it is for DBZA, but it's where...
I'm trying to
It's at
remember,
the end of an episode where
off,
first
like,
form...
wasn't he really pissed off when he, right before he blows up Krillin or something?
I was gonna bring up how in his first form, after the gang make their wishes on the Namekian Dragon Balls, Martin's delivery as first form Frieza and that is very malicious. I'll share it after the episode.
Yeah.
Like after we're done.
Okay, here's something I always did find, like, a little off when it comes to, like, effects. Like, Megatron's blast here, like, we've seen how the laser blasts look, but when Frieza summons, like, this, why does it look like that?
Looks like a jelly bean.
So I do, like, boom.
Also, I cannot make out what Frieza says here.
Sir, Cybertronians must kill
Don't know what he says there.
He says Cybertronians must kill them.
Oh.
Yeah, so he was so pissed off on how, even though he did win the fight, how Megatron kind of like, that whole bit with how much of a fight Megatron put off, he's so spiteful that he's going to drive the Cybertronians to extinction, basically.
So the racism in his blood is taking over.
Transformers Age of Extinction. I don't think that was a good movie, if I remember correctly. Anyway.
Oh yeah, he directed that.
But like, while it is kind of a little off, because, you know, he's just a torso and one arm, it is, the way Martin says this in his voice, there's so much, like, malice. Like, you know this man is going to do it.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so, what frame do we leave this off? Okay, actually, I know what frame I want to leave
Oh,
this
Golden Frieza. Yeah, there.
Like, I was gonna say, like, Golden, right after, like...
No, not Black Frieza. I don't like Black Frieza. Here.
Okay, I'm just gonna go a little back to, like, where Megatron's head is not covered by the antimatter. Okay,
Remember, you can go frame by
there we
frame
go.
by doing
Yeah, we'll leave this here. I love how proud Frieza looks here.
I also like how immediately the battle turns in, like, unanimously in Frieza's favor once he goes golden. This is very specific, but I love it when they show that certain transformations for characters are on an entirely different level. Like,
Yeah.
I know I'm going to be rambling a bit here, but in the Tournament of Power, when Goku is fighting the Universe 6 Saiyans, Caulifla and Kale, they're able to keep up with him in Super Saiyan 2. Once he goes God, like the red-haired God form, it turns into an absolute wash for him. Like, they cannot touch him.
Damn. Anyways, okay, so...
And I like that kind of thing here.
Yeah. Like, they definitely show the power of a Golden Frieza well, considering, like, I remember, like, wasn't, like, the last time they brought up Golden Frieza was, like, all the way back in Goku vs. Superman 2, and that was just to make fun of how bullshit power levels were or something.
Oh, yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I don't think they bring up Golden Frieza in any of the other Dragon Ball episodes, even for scaling. Huh. Anyways, okay, other stuff I want to mention, I really like I forgot to mention, I really like the way the setup is done, because, you know, Frieza going around to conquer another planet, Megatron, despite, you know, being that kind of piece of garbage and a dictator type character, he won't let anyone else rule Cybertron. Really well done setup.
Also, the track is pretty good.
Oh yeah, Final Formers is a banger.
I also just, I realized this a bit ago, but, like, we've had 3 vocal tracks back to back to back.
Yeah, that's pretty nuts. We got, like, for Bill versus Bill Cyber versus Discord, Cole versus Alex, and now Frieza versus Megatron.
Also, 2 3D episodes back to back. I know that's happened before, but, like, it's kind of uncommon.
It's a little rare, and I think it's a bit more forgivable because, like, one of them was, like, the Champions episode. So that one was probably in production well before Frieza versus Megatron wasn't. I think Frieza versus Megatron was all Devil Artemis, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, I think he was like the main animator for this.
Yeah.
Which fits, he's the Dragon Ball guy.
It's kind of insane this is the first time we actually have Devil Artemis animating a Dragon Ball episode.
Didn't he only animate, like, a few episodes before?
He mostly did like SFM stuff, and then this is his first Blender episode. And funnily enough, he actually was not one of the 3D people helping animate Gogeta versus Vegito.
Ah, that explains why it's so mid.
Yeah. Anyways, so like yeah, overall, I personally like this episode a lot. Like even
oh yeah, I really like this.
Like, as someone that, as a big mecha fan, I'm actually still, like, losing my mind that it took, like, 4 seasons for us to get another mecha character on the show, because the last time we had a mecha character was all the way back in Season 6, and that was Dragon Zord versus Mecha Godzilla. It's actually kind of funny to me how much Death Battle doesn't like using giant robots for some reason.
I guess it mainly comes down to resources. They either have to get a 3D model made or find like the right amount of sprites for them.
Yeah, that is true. Anyways, like, yeah, with that said, fine episode.
Also, I'm just glad they got Frieza back, or they got Frieza.
Oh yeah, no, that's another thing we gotta mention. Both Frieza and Megatron are like two of the like most overdue characters for the show.
I'd argue Frieza was more overdue.
Yeah, Frieza's the most like overdue character, while like I guess the most overdue franchise was like a couple episodes ago was Fire Emblem. Wow, we got two of the overdue ones in one season. Nice. Anyways, with that said, let's move on to that next time. And I posted a video, my reaction on like Twitter and like my music extension channel, but like
Join button and jump into our champions.
I am
Yeah, I'm sorry. I know you're not looking forward to this episode.
suck my nuts.
I'm sorry it's happening.
Anyways,
Honestly, if I can say anything, I was not expecting this season.
yeah, no, I think everyone agreed that this would have been like a shoehorn for like season 11, but the fact we're actually getting it like this early, and the timing with like what happened, what apparently happened in like the Jujutsu Kaisen manga is comedy, but like the way things lined up, I'm not going to be I won't be surprised if this ends up being like one of the most viewed episodes of the season, because this is a matchup this is one of those matchups that like are outside of the Death Battle community. Like the anime fans all debate this shit too, like poorly, but they want to see this episode. With that said, I am very excited for this. I don't read Jujutsu Kaisen, but I am a big Chainsaw Man fan, and Makima's a pretty cool villain, so I'm looking forward to what they bring to the table here. I'm still curious how they're going to execute this, since it's not going to be 3D, because there's like lack of 3D models for Makima, and we already had 2 3D episodes. So it's either 2D or it's like 2D sprites or hand drawn, one or the other.
I don't know. What if
Yeah,
it's Lego stop motion?
that would be comedy gold. I think one of the running jokes people made is like, what if Death Battle just kidnapped a bunch of mappa animators to make this? But then I'm like, they're suffering enough. Japanese anime animators are already suffering.
Oh yeah, it's actually kind of unfortunate.
Yeah. No, did I actually, actually, I'll mention it later, but like, yeah, again, looking forward to this. So, with that said, we'll wrap this up. As always, I'm Sam.
And good evening. My name is Immortal.
And we'll see you all next time. Bye.
Have a good one.